Here's my beautiful video for this morning, day 3 of the year. I went on a quantum breath experience this morning, which was absolutely amazing, left me feeling so connected. I decided to do a shamanic journey. For those of you who don't know, shamanic journeying is something that I've got into a lot in the last year. My great-grandmother, Ria, on my Maori side, has initiated me into shamanism really through shamanic journeying over the last year or more, and I've become quite a lot more connected with the earth, with the land, the energy and the spirits of the land through that, and it's really through that I began having the strength and the courage to host my shamanic, my solstice and equinox circles, and really try and introduce people into celebrating the natural cycles of nature, especially according to the southern hemisphere, because in the northern hemisphere the cycles are all different, obviously, and Australian culture unfortunately follows a lot of those. We celebrate the holidays at all the wrong times as far as syncing with nature goes, so I like to bring that in. And this connection with nature and with the land and the earth energies has been something that's been really come to me organically through my meditation, through my journeying, and my amazing friend Fiona, who I've connected with in the last year and a half or more, who actually has monthly shamanic tribe nights and takes us on journeys, so I've been blessed with that as well. So lower world is like the earth before humans touched it. It's like this magical, beautiful, amazing place. The energy there is just beyond belief, like the earth's pure, raw, amazing, loving, nurturing, powerful energy. Middle world's kind of the world where people are, and history's timelines kind of are, and upper world's the stars, the heavens, the Akashic records, spirits, etc. So often on our journeys we go to lower world. I've done a couple to upper world, but this time I just sort of go with where I feel like I need to go to get what I need to get. So always important to set an intention. So my intention this time wasn't actually probably specific enough, but I did it. It was about really my animals. You get animals there that are protection or teachers or connections to different aspects of yourself. I decided my intention was for the animals, whichever one of them that's with me on every journey, to teach me or gift me something that's quite prominent or important to me to know right now at the start of this new year. So it's the first journey I've been on this year. And so I went there to lower world. They always have a doorway. You come out through the doorway, and I came out into the water where I always come out, saw my animals on the beach, and I swam over to them. And my deer was the one that seemed to be most calling to me, so I put my forehead against my deer's forehead, and it's got the most beautiful eyes, the deer, these big beautiful eyes that are like space full of stars. And every time I connect into that place, I feel that homeness of the stars. So the deer put me up on its back and took me up to this big cliff that I've been to also before in my shamanic journeys. And we looked out over this beautiful landscape of lower world, and we saw this huge mass of sky full of stars, and the connection and the closeness to that untouched beauty was just made me cry, because I felt like I was home again amongst my brothers and sisters. So we had a conversation, me and the deer, about this place, about remembrance of this place. The deer asked me if I wanted to go up into the stars, of which I of course replied yes. What's keeping you from that? It said to me, and I felt this weight kind of heavy in me, in my body. And when I was directed to look at that weight to see what it is, I realized that here's this worldly stuff that's my worries about my daughter, my worries about finances, my business, my children, my relationships with different people in my life, and even some of them aren't necessarily worries, but they're just considerations. They're things that I need to consider and be aware of and work through and move through and learn from. And so they're kind of heavy. So I was like, well, how do I deal with these? How do I navigate these? And after the deer told me to just look at them, I did look at them. I appreciated them, I acknowledged them, I thanked them, and then I was light enough to be able to hop on the deer's back and leap through the stars, where I remembered and felt that amazing connection that usually always brings me to tears with my star family and amongst the stars, my brothers and sisters. So once we got back onto the ledge and I was crying and the deer asked me about, I talked to the deer about, that's beautiful, but how does that help me get through these challenges here in this human life and this human reality? And obviously it helps me by remembering the bigger picture, remembering who I really am, and that I am a star being, or I am a being from the heavens that's living a worldly experience, an earthly experience. Helps me remember my mission of coming here to activate the light and to really help elevate the frequency. And as far as giving me advice on managing the worldly everyday issues, I turned into a tree, and this has happened a few times in my journeys. I seem to have an affinity with trees. It's just the most magnificent beings. But my roots grew down into the lower world earth, where it was absolutely beautiful, and there was so much nourishment and love and magic and life force, and I was drawing all of this beautiful energy up through my roots and building this big strong trunk. And I was also reaching up, and my branches were these beautiful big branches that went all the way up to the heavens, and the stars were the leaves. And so that beautiful light of the stars were the leaves that were drawing. I was drawing that energy in, and the unlimited love and amazingness of that energy, and drawing that in as well, and building this huge trunk. And the more I got into the center, into the trunk, and felt that energy coming from above and below, and really strengthening this core and building this amazing trunk of this tree, the more I realized, oh, okay, well, that's how I get through any of the worldly issues or challenges or situations that occur. Because when I remember the divine truth of who I really am, when I remember that separation is an illusion, and that I'm always connected to the stars, and I'm always rooted into the earth, that's what builds that strong core that allows me to get through any challenge, and not just get through it, but learn from it, grow from it, clear it, or alchemize it, or use it for creation, and to be able to live this life and be here in this life, as well as understanding that I'm never separated from the divine truth of who I am. It's always part of me, and it's that awareness, that truth, that knowledge that aids me in any of the situations or challenges or life lessons that I get here in this reality. So super thankful to my deer, to my animals, to journeying, to all those who've played a part in helping me learn more about this amazing technique or tool to be able to understand ourselves better. And to the heavens, the earth, all those who support me in divine truth and love, and to myself for the awareness of this and the increased understanding day by day of who I really am. And yeah, I'm just so grateful. Thank you.